see your brother every first Wednesday of every month. First Wednesday of every month.
It's financial?
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome back from Thanksgiving. I am Roger Kempler, board member of the Laguna Beach Historical Society. We have a great program tonight, especially if we can get some of the audio up. Shout out to Richard Keller in the back there, our videographer tonight. Karen who is somewhere around here doing a lot of, and Matthew Papish for coordinating the visual elements, and Johanna for handling the Q&A, question and answer, plus all our other volunteers tonight. The History Society had planned to do this panel presentation in April 2025, but the panelists Alicia, Rowe, and Coleman Rampro urged moving it up so that Skipper could attend. Unfortunately, we were not soon enough. So first, our condolences to Alicia, other relatives, and close friends. And why don't we start with, please start with a round of applause for our much beloved local icon, Skipper Carrillo, a.k.a. ball. Amazing, kind, enthusiastic man to all who left us, as he would put it, for the big ballpark in the sky on November 14th, 2024. The mission of the History Society is to disseminate and preserve Laguna's history for current and future use, including its people, like the legend tonight, institutions, places, and anything else of historical interest. For those seeking more information about the Historical Society and Laguna history, please go to info@lagunabeachhistory.org. Before the panel begins, I'd like to paraphrase the plaque, probably you've all seen it, in front of Randy Morgan's, aka Joe Morgan, sculpture. And please also see the images for a future coffee table book about the Skipper Monument in the back that Randy brought. Thank you, Randy. Just to paraphrase, Skipper Carrillo loves the Laguna Beach community, as we all know, and it loves him back in equal measure. Born prematurely, he grew up with a disability that he overcame with pure heart and spirit, and with a connection to people that he expressed by greeting everyone with his catchphrase, "Have a home run day." In the 1960s, his love of sports earned him the affection of Laguna Beach High, where he enthusiastically volunteered at their sporting events. In 1987, the school recognized his contribution by naming their baseball field in his honor. Maybe we get a big concert out there in his honor someday. Skipper, known to his friends and family again as ball player, sometimes also referred to as Uniform, Mr. Uniform, inspired the Skipper Carrillo Scholarship Fund that provides assistance to high school seniors who have overcome adversities. And that fund was started in 1992 as an Eagle Boy Scout project by James Kimball. Are any Kimballs here at all? Is that James? Thank you, James. Maybe you can say a few words when we get some time. Skipper so inspired young athletes like James, both in attitude, good sportsmanship, striving to achieve their best, that donations have come from all who had their lives touched by the special spirit of Skipper Carrillo. Next, now what we're going to do is we're going to watch the Steve Hartman interview. Maybe many of you have seen it, but some of you may have not, and this is also being preserved for future generations. Steve Hartman interview of Skipper, kindly provided by Dr. Gary Arthur, a.k.a. Kurt Gibson.
Please welcome tonight's fantasy fat boy from Laguna Beach, Skipper Carrillo.
Special assignment tonight is a truly special trip to the ballpark through the eyes of a real sports fan. Steve Hartman meets a man who's in a league of his own.
If you were to say the boy who lives in this room is a sports fan, you'd be right on. If you said the boy who lives here likes baseball best, you'd be right on again. But if you said the boy who lives here is a boy, well, you'd be about a half century off. Skipper Carrillo lives in Laguna Beach, lives alone, and has a language all his own.
My language is very easy.
Your language is easy.
Want to know what I'm talking about.
What do you call the whole place?
The ballpark. Welcome to my ballpark.
What do you call your room?
The dugout. This is my dugout.
Everything in his life has a baseball nickname.
And this is Steve Garvey.
Steve Garvey?
Yeah.
Right down to his dryer.
He's the old timer. He's a veteran.
Everyone in his life has a baseball nickname.
Don Drysdale.
Right down to his mother.
Why do you call her Don Drysdale?
Don Drysdale was my favorite all-time player.
Don died 14 years ago.
She was kind, she was loving, and she was gentle.
When she died, she left Skipper the house and a trust fund.
And beside my shoes right here.
So in that sense, Don is still watching over Skipper. The only thing she can't control now is the uniform, which she used to let him wear every once in a while. Now it's every day. He even polishes his tennis shoes.
Do you mind if I throw you a little curveball?
I'm ready.
Okay. You were born with a disability.
I was.
How did that happen?
Okay. You think I was born 2 months too soon. I only weighed 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
That's right, 3 pounds.
Skipper thinks it was fate. See, he was supposed to be born in September, football season.
Well, for some reason, I was born on July, and that's baseball season. Go Angels, give me 5. There you go. Hi guys, hi girls. You have a home run day today.
Most everyone in Laguna Beach knows Skipper.
You have a home run day today.
Most have no choice.
How you doing today?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Have a home run day.
His love for people and the game of baseball has left an indelible mark on this community.
Go!
They even named the high school ball field after him.
Good call, Blue!
There's nobody playing right now.
You know I'm a ball player!
For most of his life, whether there was a game or not, Skipper Carrillo has been coming to this place. For decades, he has volunteered to wash other people's dirty uniforms, to cheer on teams he could not join. Because Skipper Carrillo lives his life with a solitary purpose, to get as close to the game of baseball as he possibly can. Which is why, of all the great baseball moments this season, you will not see any quite like this.
Whoa. Golly, the jam. Beautiful, babe.
I told the Angels about Skipper.
Wow.
And they invited him to spend a few moments on the field.
Wow.
He met the coaches
Nice to see you.
and the players. And as is typical for Skipper, it was as if he knew them his whole life.
Show my love to your mom and dad for me.
I will. So this is sort of a fun day for you, or a really fun day for you?
This one here is the Grand Slam Hall of Fame Day.
Yeah, I was getting that impression.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Thanks to the Angels, Skipper Carrillo got about as close to the game of baseball as you can get. And although his mother might still frown on him wearing the uniform every day, I'm sure at least on this day, at this moment, she had to be smiling.
This is for you, Don. Coach. Look, Don, here I am.
One footnote about Skipper's uniform. The jersey is official, but the pants are not, and Skipper's always wanted official team pants. So later that night, the Angels gave him a pair. And when they did, Skipper said something only a truly sincere person would ever even think to say. Thanks. Do you got him in gray?
He's a major leaguer in anybody's book.
Truly sincere joy captured on tape. That's why I like
story.
that so much. Yeah.
Have a home run day.
My friend Skipper, he knows what he's got. With his love for life, he's got a lot. He's walking through town with a smile on his face. It's easy to see that he loves this place. He got positive vibration for everyone. You know the simple life is more fun. He's waving to the children as they go by. You can count on hearing him say, have a home run day. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Make it your best. Give it all you got. Don't worry about the rest. Make it your best. Make it your best. Give it all you got. Don't worry about the rest. Make it your best, make it your best. Give it all you got, don't worry about the rest. Make it your best, make it your best. Give it all you got, don't worry about the rest. Have a home run day, whoa yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day, have a home run day, have a home run day, yeah, yeah, yeah. Have a home run day, have a home run day, have a home run day, have a home run day.
Yes, yeah. Okay, next we're gonna go forward with our panel. Coleman Raffle, AKA Andy Messersmith, to speak first. Over the decades, Coleman regularly attended Mass with Skipper at our local Catholic Church, St. Catherine. Then prepared breakfast for him at Coleman's home while they watched ball games together. Our second panelist is Alicia Rowe, AKA Yogi Berra, Skipper's sister, the manager and author of this fine book, Have a Home Run Day, Stories and Sayings of a Baseball Savant. Really true. And then our third bad panelist is Diane Riegler, who secured the site for Randy Morgan's monument after earlier unsuccessful attempts were made to locate it on city and school district property. Thank you. Enjoy the presentation.
First thing I noticed is we're in Laguna Beach. We have a huge turnout for our community, and we should all be thankful that we live in Laguna Beach, where we all take care of each other. And we took care of Skipper, and there are plenty of Skippers out there. So keep your eyes open and take care of things. I have a few words, but I don't read well, so I'm going to ad-lib. There are a few things, a few stories that I have, and I'm going to make these brief because I know every one of you have stories. These may be stories you haven't heard. Did you ever know Skipper was in the Special Olympics? It was held at the Coliseum. Skipper was running the half mile. It was a very popular event. They had 3 flights with 8 runners in each. He ended up in the finals. During the race, the last race, he was behind the lead runner, so he was in second place. When the lead runner fell down, Skipper stopped to pick him up, with fans yelling, "Run! Run, Skipper!" Which he did, and he finished 4th. And then there's, now if you've heard these, please let me know. Then there's the Viagra episode. Per tradition, for Sunday, we would load the bases with a big breakfast and then watch a football or baseball game. He preferred baseball. While doing this, we had commercial breaks. The ad from Viagra came on. After it was over, I asked the ball player, "Do you know what that product's for?" He responded, "I haven't a clue." So, He was pure through and through. All ball players are under a contract of some kind. So I proposed to Skipper to have a contract. Okay, he responded. From now on, I'll load your bases on Sunday and we'll watch the games. And your part of the deal is you'll pray me into heaven. He had no idea how heavy I would be. But now he does. I just want to say, placing the statue where it is was a struggle. We first thought the high school would be good because he volunteered for 40 years there. Then we looked at Riddle Field, where he was an icon as an umpire at third base. And finally, Heisler Park. We were turned down by the city on all these places with one statement. We love Skipper, but we cannot have personal art on public grounds. Enter Diane Rigler, Dr. Judy's daughter, the co-owner of the medical building off Glen Eyre, where the statue stands today on private property. And that's all I have. Diane. Oh, Alicia, I'm sorry.
Well, I see there are many baseball stars here tonight. You met Andy Messersmith. Raise your hand, Andy. And I'd like to introduce you to Rex Hudler. Rex, where are you? Stand up, please. That's Carol Higgins. She drove us from Riverside to Laguna and is hosting us overnight, so we don't have to drive home in the dark. Thank you, Rex. And next to her is Bert Byleven, who played for the Minnesota. Did he play for the? Yeah. His real name is Jack McDivitt, and he's a retired physician, but he keeps his license so he can go around helping people. He was a great friend of Skipper, and his medical expertise and his care probably added 2 years to Skipper's life. And then there was the Riverside connection. Is Miss Entertainment Center here?
No, she is.
That's Diane Crane. Diane Crane was Miss Entertainment Center, and Skipper started calling her Miss Center, which was probably more appropriate. Is Dave Eckstein here? Dave Eckstein real name is Chris Landrum, and she was his next door neighbor for 20 years. Sandy Koufax is here. Stand up, Sandy. Sandy Koufax, pitcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers. She made sure that Skipper always rode in the Patriots Day Parade. And Kurt Gibson, are you here? Yep, oh, there's Kurt Gibson. He played for the Detroit Tigers and the LA Dodgers. But he's really Gary Arthur, who wrote Have a Home Run Day. Raleigh Fingers, you hear Raleigh, was known for his waxed handlebar mustache. His real name is Coach Tom Klingenmeyer, who also sports a generous mustache. And Louis Aparicio of the Red Sox, that's Tom's wife, Patty. And Tom and Patty Klingenmeyer were Skipper's faithful friends the last days of his life, visiting him every day. So if your copy of Have a Home Run Day has a baseball and it says extra innings, you'll be treated to articles by Danny Michaels. Professor Gary Green is here. Skipper called him the Big Green. Coach Norm Barucki is here. And last but not least, Diane Crane. So as Diane Crane wrote in the book on page 43, generations of baseball players in Laguna Beach grew up with Skipper. They know his smile, his hopes, his little league umpiring calls at third base. They know his scorekeeping and how he ran after their bats. But most of all, they remember his cheerleading. And that's where you come in. Okay, are you ready? Okay, Skipper and I practiced these things, and he was so determined. He said, "You tell them I will be there." And maybe he is. So we invite you all to stand up. And we'll go through the cheers he used to hex opposing batters. The first one is the hand grenade. So I'll do it first, and then you do it. So you bring your arm around here and throw the game. Very good. One more time. The next one is the whammy. You put both your hands out and wiggle your fingers. And imagine a whole stadium on one side doing this up to bat. In fact, the Fullerton coach came up to Skipper before a game and said, "Don't you put the whammy on my pass." Okay. The third one is the jockey, and I don't know how this would hex anybody, but you bend your knees, you got your crop, and you ride. That's the jockey. And the last one is the mule kick. Now, I did the mule kick for Skipper. I got down on my hands and knees. And I put one foot up like that. If I can get up again. And he said, "That's wrong. You have to kick both feet." So I saw some youngsters around here. If there's anybody who can kick with both feet and do the mule kick, I'll give him a free book. Okay.
don't know why I'm here because I just said yes to a wonderful statue that should have been at the high school or at Riddle Field or anywhere that Skipper was. Well, I'm happy it is. I'm really happy it is because it's an honor to have Skipper in front of the building. My father, I'm Diane Judy first, and then Diane Judy Rigler second. My father, he built the building in the 70s, and it was for medical and dental people and all sorts of activities and chiropractors and things. But when Coleman came up to me, I was really appalled that they had denied Skipper to be in where he should have been. But I was honored, and I knew my father was just over the moon, happy about it. My dad and grandparents have been here since the 20s and 30s, and we're a fourth or fifth generation, I'm not sure what. But my dad was a coach for Little League for Wallings Sporting Goods. Does anybody remember Wallings? That was before Sports World. So he coached many of those teams. And my brother, who is 80 now, said that he remembers when he was 10 or 11 or 12, that they were able to play at the baseball field at the high school, and they were all a nervous wreck because they were going to be playing with hard balls and they'd never done it before. Well, Skipper, he said, was behind the bench and he was patting each and every one of them and saying, "You can do this. You got this. And go be brave." And he never once was the home run brought up, but it was just the encouragement that my brother said to this day he can still remember the feeling of having Skipper come up and just give him a howdy and "you can do this" type of thing, because they were like 10 years, 11 years old. And talking to my son, who is 33, and I see Michael Maxeni here, who is a coach for my son, and their age, they remember Skipper as well. Just all around town, just being there and encouraging them as little players too, which made them feel really important. Coleman said I was only going to do a few seconds, but I notified my class of 1970 at Laguna Beach High School, and I said, "Does anybody have any stories or remembrances about Skipper?" So I got a ton, and I'm going to only share a few. But bottom line is the common theme was blessed to have known Skipper and be like Skipper. No one else knew Skipper. Anybody who met him will never forget him. He was one of a kind, blessed to have known him, and he touched so many lives. There was one girl who said that she was brand new to Laguna Beach High School, and she was sitting having lunch, I think, in the quad, and Skipper saw her, and he came over and made her feel like she was a part of the in crowd and the gang, and she just said that made her whole year, because he was just making her feel so wonderful. And it was stories like that there was another lady who said that she always had to go to the Riddle Field to see her brother play, and she said Skipper noticed her, kind of probably sitting there, and he just came over and made her feel like a queen, she said. So, these are just people that are like in their 70s and 80s now, too. But there's one story that I think was really special. How many people know of Laverne Duggar, the coach and the Duggars? Well, I met Carol Duggar, who was my age, in kindergarten on the bus. She was my first best friend going to Alicia, and she had a brother named Danny that was 2 years behind her. And while Danny was in high school, he ran into Skipper on the street, and they were just chit-chatting, and somehow Danny had said to him, "Oh, my Letterman's jacket's too tight, I can't wear it anymore." And they talked, and then time went by, and Skipper said to him, "Can I have one of your dad's letters off of his Letterman jacket?" Danny was a little taken aback, and, "Oh, I'll ask my mom." So he goes up, asks his mom, and she was sort of like, "Well, I don't know." And the only thing Danny said was, "Mom, it's Skipper. And so a little while later, Skipper had the letter sewn onto the inside of his jacket. That was Skipper's jacket. Had covered his name on the inside and gave it back to Danny. So Danny had his dad's letter and his Skipper's jacket. So anyway, I have a lot more stories, but I think I'm going to end now. You didn't talk this long. All right. Let me look and see what I got. There was one couple, well, a lot of couples, I'm sure, always took Skipper to the games, and one of them went to, I'm not sure where, I'm gonna see if I can find it here. They took him to an Angel game, a freeway game, and so it was the 9th inning, and it was going into extra innings. The wife was getting antsy and wanted to go home, and Skipper blatantly said, "Not until the running score comes across the plate do we leave." And the game went over 15 innings. There was another couple that took them to the Dodger game. Let's see. And that had a funny ending too, but I can't find it. And I've got so many here. One of the gentlemen that's in his 80s said, when I was 6 or 7, my dad would take me to the high school to hit balls. And one Saturday, Skipper joined in, and we became best friends for life over 69 years. So that's just, everyone had so many of those stories. There was another one that went to an Angel game. Oh, gosh, I might take too much time looking it up. Well, you probably want to hear somebody else besides me, anyway. And I never received a nickname, so you still have to call me Diane. So does anyone know how Skipper got his name Skipper? Oh! Would you like to share? Would you like me to tell, or you want to tell? Oh, you tell. Well, this, I don't know if it's, you'll have to let me know if it's true. This came in from another classmate, and I only know a little bit of the version. She said his name was Arthur Tolbert Carrillo, and when he was 8 years old, his parents sent him off to a boarding school in Goleta. His mother explained to him that he had to take more responsibility for himself, like being a captain on a ship. So he said, "I'll be skipper." And so, is that anywhere near what the truth is? So that's kind of a fun story to hear. That he.
About 30 years ago, I took Skipper back to Devereaux. We drove up for the day, and there were still people there that remembered him. And I remembered the story that they didn't want him to leave there when your parents wanted him to come back.
Another question?
May I take the mic for just a second? Good evening, folks. I'm a Brady. I grew up on Arch Beach Heights, went to Alicia, Thurston, Laguna Beach. I went Riddle Field, did all that with Skipper. But I also waited his table on Sunday brunch at Andre's restaurant for 3 years. He was fond of the trout almond bean, the cheese souffle, and the blintzes. Occasionally he would have a mimosa or a Ramus Fizz. Very occasionally. But as you can tell, I'm a patient, I'm in medicine. And I was in LA and I had a call to a medical office not far from Cedars. True story, I'm not making this up. Please, I will not be struck down. True story. I got a lot of them. So I get in the elevator from parking, Go to the first floor, everybody gets on. Go to the second floor. One guy about this tall, very debonair, dressed to the nines, walks in and everybody in the elevator looks at him and kind of scoots against the walls. And I'm like, who is this? And then it occurs to me and the door shuts. That's Vin Scully. He's going to the orthopedic doctor, let's say. Anyway, so the others get off and I'm like riding this out with him. And so just the three of us are there. And anyway, I had to get off and I turn and I look at him. I said, Vin, have a home run day. And he smiled at me. And the door went to shut. This is true. His hand came out. The door opened up and he says, I like that. Can I use that? I says, it's yours, just for today. True story. True story. Wonderful man. Wonderful man. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So it looks like we're going right into Q of A, and you can see that I was there on Frank Howard night. If you get that joke. But so we're going to go into Q&A and just thank everyone for coming tonight and for the terrific, hardworking fellow board members as well as our History Society members and supporters. And for those who become members, you can select one of a range of benefits we offer, including if you join this week on Hospitality Night this Friday, members only are welcome from 5 to 6 p.m. at our Murphy Smith Bungalow between Wells Fargo and Whole Foods. And we'll receive a custom ornament, cocktails, and appetizers from the new O2 Sushi restaurant. All visitors are welcome after 6. And your membership would help support the cost of putting on our 3 or so presentations per year, plus a high school scholarship, elementary school visits to the bungalow, and keeping the lights on. Also, just FYI, we have 2 special events coming in the first quarter of 2025. On January 28th, 2025, Christopher Regan, Assistant General Manager, will speak on the 100-year anniversary of Laguna Beach County Water District. And on April 8th, Professor Mills Kelly will present The Great Dane, Eiler Larson's Life Before Laguna. We were going to show a video of Love Tribe on stage with Skipper that Dr. Arthur provided, performing Have a Home Run Day, but we ran into some technical difficulties. So let's just go right into Q of A. We're ahead of schedule. Maybe I ran you say a few brief words, but maybe you could go a little more, if you like. Then we got board member Johanna Ellis, who's going to take the mic to others in the audience, say a few words. And we want to make sure that it looks like we're well ahead of schedule, that we definitely have time for a very inspiring live performance of Have a Home Run Day by Dr. Gary Arthur, his daughter Eliana, Mr. Gary Shapiro, who my daughter had the privilege of taking a force from, and also Wade Baker. Thank you, Wade. With more on the sound spectrum. All right.
When I hand you the mic, turn and look at the camera. The videographer wants to get you on our video that will be on YouTube later for anybody who wasn't able to make it today. We're trying to get the lights on.
Hi, I'm Randy Morgan. I had the honor of making the statue, which it was a statue. But now with Skipper's past, it's a monument and a memorial. So a lot of people, I have to thank a lot of people, so that would take me about 45 minutes if it got that long. So I think I'm going to just mention a couple of people that hadn't been mentioned and in the story, and we'll get to the story later. But I have a couple of anecdotes of Skipper, and I know that's what you all want to hear. So thank you, Raffo. Thank you, Gary Arthur. They're very instrumental. Thank you, Diane Riddle and your brother. You as well. I want to thank Michael Byrne for opening up his restaurant and his wife to raise part of the money. And I want to thank Bob Roper, the contractor, on doing all the cement work and all the work that was very instrumental in getting on it. I want to thank Mayor Whalen for paving the way with the city. And it was very instrumental to get the site, but then we still hadn't gotten it through the city. So we had to go through the Arts Council and the City Council, and they all voted 6-0, and we got it on the sidewalk, thank God. So that first thing when you're going to do a sculpture, Tommy Kemp, think about Tommy, if you're here, and I took Skipper, picked it up at the dugout, and he was in his baseball uniform, and we took him down to the ball field, and that pose of him on the corner now, he's throwing you a blessing. That's a blessing. Whenever I would see Skipper in a younger life, I would say, "Hey, Skipper," and he would go, "Have a home run day." And it would be like a Jimmy Stewart movie, the little twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Wow, you know? I mean, the guy was magic, wasn't he? And so when I first had the idea to do the statue of him, I asked his sister if we could go to lunch at the lumberyard, and we were having lunch, looking at the menus, and I asked Skipper. I didn't know Skipper very well, except for to see him around town and be greeted by the home run day. Before that, and I asked her, while we're looking at the menus, the getting to know you chit chat, I said, "Skipper, do you like sandwiches?" And he went, "Nope. Ground ball to third base with 2 outs and the bases loaded." My sister, and she went, "That means he doesn't like sandwiches." You know, so the getting to know you Skipper thing was great, and I have one more little anecdote. I was driving about 6 months ago after we had installed the statue, and COVID and for other reasons he wasn't able, he had to wear a mask, and he was able to go to the church where he was an altar boy all these years. And he told me, oh, by the way, when Tommy and I took him to the ball field to take that picture, if you remember this, Tommy, I was sitting in the back seat and Tommy was sitting in the front seat, and I asked Skipper, "So Skipper, what's your philosophy?" And he got it, he nailed it right out of the Bible. And he goes, "First it's my God, then it's my parents," and then he put his arm around me, brings tears to my eyes, put his arm around me and went, "And then it's my teammates." And so, you know, then I saw him with the Padre out in front of the Catholic Church, and I took him down, asked him if he could go down to see his statue. So we went down there, we got a coffee and a bagel, and we're sitting on the statue, and I read him the story of him, and in which he replied, "It's such an honor to be in the Hall of Fame." And then we sat there for a little gloriously good morning. We sat there for 20 minutes, and then we got up to leave, and he put his arm around my shoulder, and he went, "It's such an honor to be in the Hall of Fame, and my fans in Laguna Beach are the best fans in the entire world." You know, it brings tears to your eyes. So that statue is on the corner where it should have been all along. That little goose chase for 2 or 3 years around Laguna to try to find that corner. So all of us can, you know, if he's up at the high school, who sees him? New parents, new kids, they don't even know who he is. But he's on that corner with that wave, telling us all to have a home run day and quit being such a bunch of stinkers and fighting with each other all the time and love people. And that's Skipper. So I know I've got a long list of people I'm not hitting, but thank you very much.
Alicia's made a special request for Gary Green to come up, and also the Big Green. It would be really nice to hear from James. And what sparked you after Gary? What sparked you to help this Eagle Scout project start this fun after Gary? Yeah, if you can wait. And then it looks like we have a 5th addition to the band. We've got another sister coming in, another Arthur Maria. So that's fantastic. Here you go, Gary. Go for it.
Thank you, Alicia. I'll try to be brief. It's hard. Skippers. There's so many things about Skipper, but I'm wearing my UCLA uniform because I live on Oak Street, and Skipper used to walk a little down the street to the local market, and I'm washing my car in my UCLA gear because I'm a UCLA graduate. And he says, "Hey, how come you got your UCLA gear on?" And I said, "Because I'm going to a football game." I said, "I have season tickets." And so, as Skipper always would do, "Well, will you take me to a game?" So, yes, I took him to a game. And that became a year after year after year after year tradition. But what you don't all know, or maybe what you know, is he's not a UCLA fan, he's a USC fan, okay? And so, but you know, Skipper always dressed in uniform. So he would come to all the UCLA games decked out in UCLA uniform, sitting in the season ticket section with me. And every time we'd get a first down, we'd yell, 1, 2, 3, move those chains. And so, you know, everybody fell in love with him like everybody does. So he says to me, calls me Big Green because there was a soccer movie by Disney, and my last name is Green, so I became Big Green. So he says to me, Big Green, can you get me some gear to go with my USC uniform? Because he had a USC uniform, but he didn't have the pants. So I went to Chick's Sporting Goods and got him red, just running shorts or pants, long pants, sweats. That was not okay. He needed pants. And so I thought about it, and I said, Woodbridge High School has the same pants and uniform as USC does. So I called up the Woodbridge High School coach. He gave me the pants. I take Skipper to a game. Pants are in the bag. We come back from the game. He opens up the package. He goes, Shazam! You put the tag on me, Big Green. And so then I take him finally to UCLA game, and he shows up in the Bruins section in his full decked out SC uniform. I'm going, Skipper, what are you doing? And there were a bunch of guys who were drinking, and they were about to pound and beat him up, and I had to fight these guys off and everything. But we had a good time anyway, and that's my Skipper story.
By the way, he gave me this jacket.
Hello everyone. My name is James Kimball, and it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with all of you. It's what a night to talk about Skipper and all the things that he's, just what he's been to the community. The one thing I thought of was how lucky we are to live in Laguna Beach, but how really lucky are we to have Skipper in our lives, to be part of this community. I mean, he's really blessed us all. I mean, as it's been said, he's one of a kind. He uplifts everyone that he speaks to, so I was working on my Eagle Scout project in '92. I was 13 years old. I think it's like the earliest you can do it. And just a little backstory. So my parents have lived in Laguna Beach since 1965, something like that. So they've been in the community a long time, and I'm the youngest of 7 boys. So my dad, and we're all Eagle Scouts, and my dad, I think was interested in me getting done early, and I was too. So he's been through it for many years, and so I was like, I got my Eagle Scout badges really quickly, and I wish I could say it was my idea, but one day my dad came to me and said, maybe you should do the Skipper Carrillo scholarship for your Eagle Scout project. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the greatest idea, and so I got to give my props to my dad, and man, that was really fun to do. I mean, we did fundraisers, we had car washes, we wrote letters to families that had kids in sports, and I was a young kid, so I didn't have like all the memories of life as Skipper, but I just remember even that year, I remember him being third base umpire at Riddle Field, and I was a big sports guy. I played sports growing up, and in high school I played football, basketball, and volleyball. I didn't play baseball, but I love baseball all the way through my youth, so when just the love that I received when I would be doing big fundraising and things, that it came, the funds came in really fast, and there's not many people who have done Eagle Scout projects that do it continually. Like every year that I'm here in Laguna, I've lived in Irvine most of my married life, but I've been in various states later in my life, and but whenever I'm in Laguna, I get the privilege to present the Skipper Carrillo Scholarship, and he would come with me on stage, and my favorite thing would be to give Skipper a call. And I usually give him about a month notice. Hey, Skipper, we have honors convocation, you know, they're coming up this day. And he was like, all right, I'll be there. And always there every time. And I picked him up, we drove down together. And he was so, I mean, he was so nice. Like, he would open the door for my wife, and I'm like, dude, you beat me to it, Skipper. Make me look bad. But, you know, he's just so gracious, and, you know, and so it, like, the highlight of that whole, you know, presenting would be, I would give him like a few moments to say some words to the senior graduates, and he would just, most of the time, I think every time, he would give the what is it, the Newt Rockne speech? Is that in Notre Dame? Yeah. I wish I had it memorized. I don't like he did, but oh man, he inspired everybody. And when he would say that, and and the other thing too, he would always be usually number 5 or so, and on the slot, he'd be like, oh, Joe DiMaggio. So yeah, so he'd always love that, because that was his baseball number. So yeah, I'm just lucky to have a privilege to carry on his legacy. So, you know, keep the Skipper Carrillo Scholarship going forever. And so, yeah, if you're interested in donating, there's a website you can go, lbhsf.com. They have you can, on there, there's a PO box. You can write a check to you know, and just in the memo line put Skipper Carrillo. And so, yeah, if you're willing to donate, that'd be great. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just I'm privileged to know him, and yeah, I love Skipper.
And send it to the high school.
Oh yeah,
care of Miss Washer.
Oh, what's that? Oh, is that what it is? And care of who? Sarah? Sandra Washer. Okay. Yeah. Samantha Washer.
I'm Jerry West. My birth certificate says I'm Mark Christie, but to Skip I was always Jerry West, and tonight I'm Jerry West. And I had the incredible good fortune to have spent my whole life in this town. And Skipper was always there during high school, you know, all the sporting events, my son's sporting events. But my recollection is Little League. When I was a kid playing Little League, when 9 and 10. And we sucked. I was on the Elks. We were the worst team. We didn't win a game. And I remember, and what you would do is if you were up by 8 runs or down by 8 runs, if you were coming in hard to third base, Skip was there and he was umping, and if you knew Skipper, you slowed it down. Because if you were safe, you were safe. But if you were out, he chased that thing all the way down to the foul pole, and it was just so awesome to watch him that if the game was already pretty much cast in stone, it's just fun to watch Skipper call you out. So we would do that. But there was one game, and we were playing Laguna Federal, the Wells Fargo predecessor, and they were menacing, and we were not. And we were playing, and Mike Kruger was pitching. And if any old-timers are in here that played against Mike Kruger threw as hard as anybody had ever thrown in Little League, and was somewhat erratic. So he'd throw behind your head, at your head. It was all over the place. It was like that scene from, the film, hitting the mascot. And I got up there, and I was just, I was 10 years old, and Mike Kruger threw it, and I mean, half the time you're closing your eyes and swinging, and I swing and I hit the ball, and it's going to left center field, and I'm running as hard as I can, and the ball takes a weird carom, and I'm running and I'm running, and I circle the bases because it's Little League. And I get in and I'm running into home and I slide and I'm called out. Except for Skipper. Skipper is running down the third base line and then running around center field and coming in through the middle of the field, and he's giving it this signal. And the guy, the home plate umpire, said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "It's a home run. It hit the palm tree and bounced back into the field of play." And Skipper saw it and the center fielder saw it, but none of the other kids were saying anything. So Skipper went to the kid in center field and said, "Did it hit the palm tree?" And the kid's like, yeah, it hit the palm tree. So Skipper literally gave me a home run day. And I didn't hit a lot of them. But, and I'll hand the mic off, but I wanted to say, having been here my whole life, very few people have had an impact on the town that like Skipper has. Arguably, he's at the very top. No one in the history of this town has touched more hearts and showed us how to be compassionate than Skipper. So he gave us all a home run life. Thanks.
Just following up on those comments, just to ask Alicia a quick question. How did Laguna get so lucky to have your parents choose Laguna?
I'm not going to answer that question because I don't know the answer to it. But Danny Michaels, is he here? This story is in the book, but just the opposite of what you said. He slid into third base and Skipper called him out. And Danny looks up at Skipper and says, "Skipper, it's me." And he was still out. So years later, we were at Gary Arthur's very special dedication in the parking lot on Park Avenue, and Danny Michaels shows up with a home plate pillow, and he puts it down, and he says, "Skipper, I want you to call me safe." So he goes running across the parking lot, he slides into the pillow, and Skipper says, "Safe."
My name is Walt Lawson. I was a counselor at Laguna Beach High School for about 25 years and did a lot of coaching. My first year here as a new teacher and a new coach, Skipper was just on board working in the uniform room with Gibby, I forgot Gibby. Anyway, I got to know Skipper really well, and I'm a great sports fan, baseball fan, football fan. You can see from my hat, I'm from Pittsburgh, I'm the Steeler. So I was talking to Skipper. By the end of the year, he put the tag on me, Mr. Pittsburgh. So this is such a great story. My mother was living in town at that time, and she and Skipper were parishioners at St. Catherine's. So my mother got to know Skipper, and my mother told me, she says, "Well, I know Skipper." She says, "He's my friend now at high school." Well, my mother later had to move out of town for medical reasons. And when she died, I put her obituary in the Laguna Beach paper. I have a card at home from Skipper. It's such an amazing card. Now, some of you might not understand this at first, but I'll explain it to you. It says, "Dear Mr. Pittsburgh, I'm sorry you lost your Danny Murtaugh, Skipper." Now, any Pittsburgh Pirate fans know who Danny Murtaugh is? He was a manager in the 70s when they were playing great baseball. So that was Skipper, that I lost my manager, my mother. Marvelous story.
I didn't know I was going to be standing and have the mic be given to me because I really want to say something. That was pretty cool that happened. So, Skipper, I want to say he has blessed my life in a very big way because my dad knew him and has known him for a very long time, and I never thought that I would be singing here, you know, like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe it could happen, but it's not like I thought about it because I thought Skipper was going to live to 120 or something. But, you know, like, but here I am. So I just want to say thank you, Dad, for writing a song and putting it out there that people got to have a home run day and remember that. And his slogan will last forever in this town and we'll always remember it. And he's impacted me to remember what he used to tell me is always be ready for bat. So thank you, Skipper.
We actually have Shap here. I mean, how many people know Gary Shapiro? So you know it's an all-star night right off the bat. How many years, Shap, did you actually, Shap, how many years did you work here and inspire the kids with math and music and everything else you did? Sure.
Oh, it's working, videographer, it's working. I don't know if I inspired anyone mathematically or even musically, but I was here for 33 years. How you doing? And I know a lot of you, and sometimes you come up to me and say hi, and I don't know who you are. I had a student tonight who didn't know who I was. But anyway, it's nice to be here and help out this community. Even though I never lived here, I always feel a part of it, so thank you. It's a great town.
The Shap Show.
That's right, 29 years of the show, yeah.
Well, thanks. Tonight, what I am so happy that we were able to do is we were able to find the bumper stickers. And so hopefully everybody got one tonight to carry it on. And I had Cassie that works in my office do QR codes because I don't know how to do QR codes at all. But the lyrics to the song, the LA Times article that came out last week on Skipper, the Orange County Register article that came out today is on here with a QR code. The CBS special that you guys all watched tonight is on this QR code. The music video that Robert Cassard and Jack Rose and I did back in 1999 is also on that same QR code. And then the technical difficulty that we have, and I'm not sure what happened, evidently it's because it's on a Apple some sort of player, but that is with Skipper on stage at the Galaxy Theater, our band Love Tribe, which we actually, one of our biggest gigs was playing for Coleman Raffles' 50th birthday. And Mark Christie's opening for the Hobie store, and what an incredible store and addition that's been, Mark, in this town. But when you see Skipper singing, when he knew that microphone went in front of his face, he delivered the goods. And I was thinking, since this is technology at my level, I want you to hear Skipper when his part comes up and he sings Have a Home Run Day. Now this is with vim and vigor. He did not mess around. So here's the big crowd at the Galaxy Theater. He danced for 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So at the end, he goes around. Everybody in that place was madly head over heels in love with Skipper Carrillo. They all wanted high five in the front row. And they just, first they were wondering like, okay, what's going on? Why are you bringing Skipper up? I brought Skipper up because he was my ace in the hole at every gig. I knew when it was time to bring Skipper up, okay, now it's going to get going. And so they all wanted to know Skipper, and I think they all felt like they did. So just know that all that stuff is now kind of in your own personal library. Just put your phone to it. Anytime you want to get inspired and see Skipper making it his best and giving it all he's got, and he's not worried about the rest, it's all there for you. Thank you so much for finding all the bumper stickers. Bless you, buddy. All right, so I do have the Home Run Day singers up here with me, my daughter Maria, my daughter Eliana, and Wave Baker. And I'll just tell you one quick story about how this song even got wrote. So would you work that out? So up and down Thalia Street, you could commonly see Skipper walking up and down that street, right? Just down from Temple Hills, from the ballpark. And so I was walking to the beach. I was going to go over to Wave's house and get a little evening dunk, summertime. And I walked down there and I see Skipper walking the other way, and he goes, "Hey, Kirk Gibson, you have a home run day." And he gave me the biggest hug, and we just laughed and talked and carried on for a couple of minutes. And you know how he just lifted your spirits like you were on a trampoline. Your spirit was maybe here and go boing. And that's what he did to me that night. So I went over to Wave's house. I go, "Man, Skipper just lit me up on the way over to your house." I go, "I gotta write a song for that guy." And I go, "Have a home run day." And I think Wave said, "Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah." So that's how it got going. And then we continued from there. The interesting thing about the whole Skipper story was that different ball players that wanted to get involved in the project with the Home Run Day Foundation. We had Steve Lewis that helped to help us financially to try to trademark and license and build a foundation so that we could get Skipper's message out to school kids throughout this country, that no matter what your disability or your challenges, that you can still step up to the plate and have a home run day and make it your best and think about giving to someone else and making their life better. And so we had a lot of momentum. Robert Cassard came on board, Jack Rose, and we started putting material together and put the music video together and got it all the way through Robin Yount, got it all the way to Bud Selig as a licensing opportunity for Major League Baseball. To have Skipper be the mascot for Major League Baseball, and to have the slogan, "Have a Home Run Day," be the message that gets it out to kids with an educational program that could be in video format and maybe different lessons, learning about people who've had challenges and disabilities along the way, but look what those people did. And we still, could envision that happening still if some people felt the same way and
wanted to help put it together. There's no saying that it couldn't be a new season for that, even though that season started in 1998. We got it to Major League Baseball in '99. Robin Yount personally took it to Bud Selig. He goes, "You got to look at this. This is a beautiful thing about this Laguna Beach guy." And Bud Selig wrote me a personal letter back, and he said, "I just have to tell you, this is a beautiful project, and what a beautiful man, and we're sorry that we're not going to be able to use this project." Now, little did I put it together that was also the year that Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire broke all the home run records, and Major League Baseball had to separate themselves from the home run because it was tainted. And that's why it didn't happen. But we thought, we even made, I think there's a vision thing on there of what we thought could have happened if they would have taken it. And part of the monies from all the baseball owners would have gone into promoting this program to help kids across America to get over it and make something of their life. Yeah. And it could still happen. Who knows? But with all that, he played such a great part in my life and as everybody else. And one last thing we wanted to talk about was that perhaps there's another evening, perhaps there's another event, maybe around opening day of the baseball season, or maybe out on the football field or the baseball field or something. Maybe there's something more that could grow from this, and maybe there's more stories that would want to be told, and make this grow, That's an opportunity too. So there's just, there's seasons ahead. So there we go. All right, Shaq. Oh, and you guys can sing with me too, because it's really simple. My friend Skipper, he knows what he's got. With his love for life, he's got a lot. He's walking through town with a smile on his face. It's easy to see that he loves this place. He's got positive vibration from everyone. The simple life is more fun. His wave to the children as they go by. You can count on hearing him say, "Have a home run day." Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you look at Skipper, you will see how to live life positively. Put a smile on your face and come from your heart. Right now is a good time to start. You'll have positive vibration for everyone. The simple life is more fun. Just wave to the children as they go by. We can count on hearing you say, "Have a home run day." Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Make it your best, make it your best. Give it all you got, don't worry about the rest. Make it your best, make it your best. Give it all you got, don't worry about the rest. Yeah, Chef. This was the saxophone solo. I would take the imaginary ball and throw it to Skipper. He would knock it out of the park and run about 5 feet all around the bases and come in sliding, and it goes, "See!" My friend Skipper, he knows what he's got. With his love for life, he's got a lot. Walking through town with a smile on his face. It's easy to see that he loves this place. He's got positive vibration for everyone. The simple life is more fun. Just wave to the children as they go by. You can count on hearing him say, "Have a home run day." Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If you look at Skipper, you will see how to live life positively. Put a smile on your face and come from your heart. Right now is a good time to start. You'll have positive vibration for everyone.
You know the simple life is more fun. We'll wave to the children as they go by. We can count on hearing you say, have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Make it your best. Make it your best. Give it all you got. Don't worry about the rest. Make it your best. Make it your best. Give it all you got. Don't worry about the rest. Have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One more time. Have a home run day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout. Nice. Thank you guys. This is a good band. I think these are the home run singers out here. Home run singers.
We have one more announcement here.
So I was asked to give this award from the kindness movement in Laguna Beach. Skipper was named the kindest hero of the year for last year. He was not there to accept the award. I was walking my dog on Main Beach and they asked me to speak. And I told them one anecdote that I forgot to tell, so that I guess I was supposed to tell. So when we got the no at the high school, Tommy will remember that, I was dejected. So I locked myself in the house, and being the good Irishman that I am, for a couple of days by myself, and I was feeling sorry for myself. So Alicia drove all the way from Riverside, picked up Skipper, and they came and pounded on my door until I answered. I think I threw a shoe at the door first, get out of here. But that's the kind people they are. They're the kindest people I've ever known in my life. They cared about how I felt, you know what I mean? So, anyway, Skipper was the hero of the year, and the kindest person I've ever met.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you can stay a little bit and share with each other a few more memories.
great night. It's going to be nice to have that forever.